What's going on, Power Up community? This is the Coach David. We're bringing you another episode of the Power Up podcast, Trainer AMA. I am here today with Wings. Wings, tell us a little bit about yourself, my man.
Hello. I'm just a regular guy that happens to know a little bit about the old fitness world. So that's pretty much me.
Yeah. How'd you kind of like find out about Power Up?
Actually in a group, Metaverse HQ, and then when there was a bit of a shift in, I guess you could say, the culture of a lot of those groups, a lot of them started putting in fitness chats and health chats, mindset chats and whatnot. And I just threw in that I was a qualified trainer, and if anyone had any questions, I'd be happy to help. And then you guys reached out and asked me if I wanted to do a thing. And I was like, all right, sign me up.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, the mindset started to become very prevalent in the NFT space. You know, a lot of hours, a lot of FOMO, a lot of highs and lows. So it's great to have, that access. We got access to people all over the world, that you're able to kind of give your wisdom to. So go ahead and just tell us a little bit about, what you're going to be talking about today, and then take us on in it.
Well, I guess the easiest way to put it is we're just going to go from the beginnings of what you're kind of looking for and in the fitness journey, I suppose, because what I have been taught to deal with, I guess you'd consider as general population. So I'm far more about the normal folk, and I definitely come from that kind of normal folk demographic, so I can relate to them a lot more.
Very cool. And then you kept mentioning you were in, when we were talking before, that you were in uni. What are you in for?
So that's a fun one. I'm doing mechatronics engineering at the moment, but I am kind of looking into possibly swapping over to psych. But we'll see where we go with that. So I'm very early into that degree right now. Anyway.
Okay, so smart in a couple different areas. Awesome, man. So what's you mentioned you'd kind of drawn up some notes and like a guideline, for us to go over today, just to make sure, we're really getting that information to help either people new or just getting back to it after a little while.
All right, that's easy enough. Why don't we start from before we even go to the gym, and we why don't we go for like what we're looking for in a gym? Because there's a lot of different gyms around, and there's a lot of different specialist gyms, so it's kind of important to go to a gym that I guess suits what you want. Because like you've got little pop-up box gyms that for instance over here there's Anytime Fitness. I think that's an international gym as well, but you just take your little key card, tap in, it's just got super basic equipment, you can go absolutely anywhere, so that's really good for people that are traveling a lot. But then you've got other like more specialist gyms that really focus on certain activities like CrossFit gyms, even studios like yoga studios, Pilates studios. Pole dancing is quite a big thing as well in the female community, which is good to see that coming through. And then you've got your fitness gyms and whatnot as well. And yeah, once we've like picked our gym, there's obviously, you've chosen your gym and you've gone in, you've signed up. Definitely good to go in with a friend as well. Like if you can convince one of your mates to go in with you, you're going to have a much better time. You're not going to feel, you're not going to feel as lost, I suppose. So it's definitely going to be worth taking a buddy with you there. And then once you're in there and you're all signed up and everything, there's a lot of people, like a lot of gyms have a couple of free sessions at the start or anything like that. So like make complete use of the free stuff that the gym offers, because it's really useful. They've got people there that are trained to help out and whatnot. So I know I never really used to use it and kick myself a little bit for that. But yeah, it's a good free resource that's tangible, it's there. You may as well make use of it, and they'll really help you get comfortable in the gym as well.
Awesome. What kind of gyms do you tend to frequent?
Oof, I haven't frequented a gym for a little bit at the moment. My go-to gym is Anytime, just because I moved around a little bit. So I just needed a bit of a consistent basis that I can go to, since I'm from a tiny little country town, and then I guess I upgraded in population to a little bit of a bigger town, and now I've moved to one of the major cities of Australia to go to uni. So yeah, I definitely float around. Even in Sydney, I'll probably end up moving to a couple of different spots around Sydney. So being able to go to a little niche gym isn't exactly possible for me. So that's what the choice I've had to make, to go with something that's everywhere.
Yeah, I actually worked at a Workout Anytime for a couple months before I found the one that I'm at now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're really convenient. They've got, most of the equipment, which is really nice. And then if one doesn't have the equipment, you can just go to one down the road, and it probably will. So
hmm
usually pretty safe with that. And then it's good at going to like those chains as well, because they have that expectation set across the entire chain. So you know what you're walking into, and you know what you're getting when you go in.
That is true. Yep, that's kind of like a lot of the like, because we have the Anytimes, but we also have like LA Fitnesses where, and even the Crunch that I'm at, it varies a little bit, but with a lot of those box gyms, you can if you are traveling, you're going to know what to expect. It's going to have very similar vibes, very similar equipment, pretty similar layouts depending on the size of the building. So that may be a good point, is like, looking at first, even for a gym or a layout that you're kind of used to. And then as you get comfortable, looking to branch out maybe into some of those more specialty things that you mentioned, like with the studio gyms and stuff. I was looking at your notes here. If you don't have a gym to go to, there are other forms of exercise. You mentioned that you hadn't been to the gym too much. Like, what kind of stuff are you working on?
I don't have a lot of spare time, so I just try to do things where I can. So if I can get away with, because I live probably two k's away from the supermarket, so instead of driving, I'll just walk, get my groceries, and come back. So just trying to sprinkle little things in there. You can do heaps of stuff. If you live in apartments, take the stairs instead of using the elevator. It just, being really time poor makes it super hard to fit something in. So you really just have to do what you can do, instead of overextending yourself, because that's where the burnout comes through. If you're like, I need to do this, you've only got so much time in a day. So if you're really that busy, then you're gonna kick yourself before you even start, essentially.
I think that's actually a really good note. Being somebody that's as busy as you are right now between working and school and everything, just finding ways to increase like daily activities so that you're getting more, more use out of it. So if you're walking to the grocery, and if you're having to carry things back, if you're taking the stairs, looking for those little things. Like if you're, if you're really just constantly driving back and forth from like the house to the office, I've seen before, park towards the back of the parking lot. So you just got to walk that extra little bit. So finding those little, it doesn't have to be that you're jumping into the gym every day and just smashing a bunch of weights, especially based on your goals. It can just be those little things that you're trying to change daily. And so then, when you do get the opportunity, when you do get the time back, you'll be a little better set to really hit it in the gym, because you'll still have been moving the whole time.
Yeah, 100%. That kind of leads into habits as well. Like with that one there, it's a lot of people have this concept or connotation that when you go to the gym, you have to just turn your life upside down, which is by no means true. Like, people are like, oh, I really got to start going to the gym, and they'll be like, okay, now I'm not allowed to eat any of this. I can't drink anymore. I have to get up at this time. Like I just have to change everything at once, and that's not sustainable, nor is it viable. So you really got to take that like one little thing at a time, and just put in a positive habit whenever you can. Like I think it takes, I was taught it takes like 21 days to form a habit. So that's 12 or 13 habits a year.
100%. And it's one of those topics that keeps coming up with all the different trainer AMAs, is about habits and behavior change, and how it's so funny when you get to know real trainers and people that are actually just kind of in, the industry at the ground level, have just such a different approach and mindset than everything you see that's mass marketed. Right? Because mass market is going to tell you to change everything, to revolutionize your life within the next 10 days. Whereas we're always telling people, like, find that one thing that if I tell you you're going to change this one thing, you can look at me and kind of go, okay, I can do that. And then just do that one thing until it's consistent enough that you're not really thinking about it anymore. Then add that next one thing. So it's cool
Definitely.
to see It's
one
cool.
thing at a time. It's
It
yeah, the
is.
way to go.
Because, like, kind of like what you're saying, life's crazy. If you're working or if you're in school or if you're building a business or if you've got kids or if you're married or if you're dating or whatever, you get a new job, you lose a job. Like, life's going to throw all its own stuff at you. The last thing you need to do is try to upend everything on purpose. So pick that one thing. So then when life throws you a curveball, you can maintain that one change that you had. Instead of just, like you mentioned a little bit earlier about burning yourself out. But yeah, so it's cool to see kind of that consistency across the different trainers. So you've mentioned here, take a friend. Tell me a little bit about the music that you like. So you
Oh
got
man,
music on there.
I can't go to the gym and work out or go for a run without music. I don't know. It's just hard. It's impossible. I played a little bit of guitar for a while and just yeah, I've always had music around. So one of those. I guess it's one of those universal languages that everyone
Mm,
loves, knows and loves. So it's something to always have there. But yeah, I've got a couple of playlists, like an app, especially for running. If you're looking running wise, there's an app called the Nike Run Club. They have a bit of a playlist built off onto that. So I was using that for a while, and then they've got a coach that's in your ear, that tells you kind of like keeps pace and whatnot for you.
okay.
And then you've just got some nice little tunes in there that have got a nice beat to it that keep you going. But I'm more on the metal side of things, so uh, yeah, I like going in, lifting some weights, and just listening to a bit of heavier stuff. And then yeah, when I come home, I listen to a bit more relaxing stuff while I'm
Right.
studying and whatnot. And then yeah, I go for a run, and I like that boppy stuff. So it's a bit of everything.
Music is magic in that with the different rhythms, with the different beats, with the different, you know, chorus or even lyrics, it can change your mood or it can just, amplify what you're already feeling. You can actually use it, and you've probably noticed this with having different music for study and stuff. You can notice that you can train your body to chemically respond when a certain type of music is turned on. Right. So I used to do work at my desk at my house, and it was a one bedroom apartment. You got the wife, you got the kid, at one point two kids, and I'd put my little Bose like noise canceling headphones on, and I would start kind of my like nice easy, no lyrics because like I'm typing, I'm writing articles and stuff. My nice easy like classical music, and as soon as that first note hit, my body would relax and I would be able to focus. And you probably notice the same with the music for study or even the music for the gym, where when you get that certain song comes on or that certain beat comes on, and then your body just gets ready.
Oh yeah, you're just ready to go. Went to a music festival called Unify recently, and it's just yeah, you go down to you kind of out chilling out. It's a bit of a camping event, and then yeah, you go down to where the stage is, and you just hear some of the music, and then you just instantly want to jump around and have a bit of fun. And yeah,
Yeah, and I think it's definitely underutilized. Tell me a little bit about kind of just like the basics of starting out.
yeah, definitely. This is a bit of a different one that I think I take a slightly different approach to than a lot of people, because when a lot of people go to gym there or they get their first session, there's a lot of trainers that are very much like, this is what you do, like this is it. You're just starting out, just do this, just do one push, one pull, one legs, one core,
Hmm.
and full body twice a week. Away you go, and they just kind of send them off with it. But like, you don't learn what you enjoy doing, and they're
Mm,
not going to start you out on a bench press. I love going in and doing a bench press. I would never have known that if I didn't just randomly go, oh, that guy's doing that, I want to try it.
yeah.
You know, so it's more just like being a little bit creative and just having a go. Like there's no harm in just walking up to a machine, having a look at the picture on it, and being like, oh yeah, maybe doing a bit of a Google on how to do it so you can do it properly, or going and asking one of the trainers and just trying it. There's no like you put some low weight on it and just get used to get used to the movement, see if you enjoy it, and then you might be able to incorporate that somewhere in down the track. So
I definitely think some people are nervous. You have a lot of like, gym fear is where am I going to look stupid or am I going to hurt myself? Like those are usually the two things people are kind of thinking about in the gym. And it's funny. One of my trainers always tells people, he says, once you get to the gym, go find the biggest, scariest looking guy and ask his help. Because usually the biggest guy in the gym started off either like the skinniest or the fattest or the most bullied or something, and are just waiting for somebody to like ask for some help, and are usually the nicest guys in the gym.
100%. I've got one of my coaches from the course I did. He is bodybuilder, like absolutely stacks on stacks of muscle, and one of the nicest guys I've ever met. Super knowledgeable. Anyone could walk up to him, have a chat to him, and he'd just be like, "Yeah, this is how you do it." Like, why don't you do it, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong, and whatnot. So definitely seeking the knowledge of someone else is always going to help. It's certainly a good strategy to go for, and most people that are there are definitely willing to help as well. So, and if they say no, they say no. You just walk away and find someone else.
Right. And I like, and honestly, I haven't seen that much. But yeah, it's because there's also kind of that fear of engagement to where, if you ask somebody a question, they're going to go ballistic, and like it doesn't. I've worked in the gym forever. Like that never happens. So knowing that you can go ask for help and they'll at least be like, oh, like, I'm sorry, man, I'm trying to finish this up. Like, I can't help you right now. Or they're going to be more than happy to help you. So, it's usually not going to end, as catastrophic as we develop the image we develop in our mind. So as a gym goer, same thing, try powerlifting. I don't know how many women, especially over the last couple years, that I've gotten into powerlifting. Like, they find out they're actually really good at lifting heavy stuff and they really enjoy it. They enjoy that feeling of being strong. So try all the things, see what you like, and then just keep going with that, get creative. Tell us a little bit more about your take on nutrition.
Nutrition's a funny one because there's a lot around it. It can really send people down a spiral, and then disorders can come out of it and whatnot. So like nutrition's a really hard one, and I would generally not give nutrition advice, and it would be more like, look, if you want nutrition advice, go see a dietitian, anything like that. But it also just comes back to habits again, like the just little things, just cutting out a little bit of sugar, every now and then or something. Like I'm not asking anyone to flip their life upside down. I'm just asking them to have a bit of fun, and enjoy themselves. But there's also a lot of services out there that really, like, if you're super busy in your professional life and you don't really have time to cook, which I know a lot of people do, is why fast food culture is a huge thing. Mm-hmm. But HelloFresh and My Muscle Chef are two things over here in Australia that are quite big. They just deliver ingredients to your door or food to your door. Kind of calorie driven, and you can customize your meals. They're usually pretty healthy. But yeah, just one thing at a time. Like start. There's guidelines as well. If you just Google like Australian nutrition guidelines, that'll give you a bit of a pyramid, the old food pyramid they used to teach you.
Yeah.
So that'll come back up, and yeah, it's just 1/3 of or 2/3 green and 1/3 of protein or something like that. This normally the the general rule that they run off of. But yeah, I know that's one thing I'm really bad at is nutrition for me, because I just need quick meals. I can't be bothered getting up and going over and cooking with my workload. So I fall back on the My Muscle Chef thing quite a bit.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I think a lot of what you're talking about is just a lot of, and you even said it yourself, you kind of relate to today's average gym goer, average health and fitness person, to where you've got a lot going on. You can't do the muscle magazine cover, make it to the gym for 2 hours a day, 6 days a week, meal prep all your stuff, spending, an hour a day in the kitchen or 5 hours in the kitchen on Sunday. Because of everything you're having to do, you're having to take a much more practical approach, increasing daily activity and walks, taking the stairs, using food services to make sure that you're getting what you need because you don't have the time to meal prep. And so it shows a really good variety in how people can approach their personal health and fitness to make it personal, right? To still move towards their goals. And right, like granted, if you have a couple of hours in the gym every day, then yeah, you may move a little bit faster. But like if you don't and you do nothing else about it, then you're not going to move at all. So it's better to move, even if you're moving a little bit slower, that you're taking those actions that you can sustain that are, heading you in the right direction. I think this was actually, great points and very relatable to what most people face on a daily basis. Everybody is so busy all the time.
Yes, yes, we are. But also based off of the nutrition thing, you can lead into. You could also call it diet. I guess people that refer to nutrition as, but you can broaden the term of diet and start looking into everything that you consume. So like your company, the things you see, the things you follow on social media, the things you watch, so, and a lot of people surround themselves with, like, they'll go on Instagram or Facebook or I don't know, TikTok now, and they'll go and follow all of these fitness models where their life is just fitness. Like that's what they do. And they're like, there's no point me doing that because I can't look like that. It's like, who cares?
Right.
It's personal. And everyone at the moment is trying to solve a problem that is on social media instead of looking at their own personal circumstances. So people need to, I guess, take a step back and look at their circumstances and see what they consume around them and be like, do I need this? It's just another little habit they can put in. And yeah, that'll help with the mindset as well. And then makes it more relatable to them instead of them just going, I can't do it because they do that and I don't have time.
I'm making a note on that, and I did bold and underline and italics and all the things. That was perfect in such an interesting way. I'd never heard that before.
Let me find a guy that I follow. So Stephen Bartlett is a bloke on Instagram. He is the CEO of a digital marketing company, I think. But yeah, he does the podcast, The Diary of a CEO. Super interesting to listen to, and a lot of, like, he has a lot of those approaches as well. So that's someone that I like to have on my feed and keep in my.
Can you spell the name for me?
Sorry, I just looked him up. Stephen, Steven, and then Bartlett, Bartleett.
All right, Stephen Bartlett, podcast Diary of a CEO. No, that's like I've never heard that. Like obviously it's, I talk to people all the time about, being on social media late, about looking at, fantasizing about everybody else's lives and especially using social media as like a news source, right? Because you're just going to see the stuff that you click on. And how dangerous, being stuck on the news and being stuck on social media, and how, you just stop seeing the good in the world and the good in people, but looping that into a much larger concept of diet being all the things you consume, because those things are feeding your brain just like food does, and feeding your spirit and how you respond and act. And if you're demoralized by what you're seeing on social media and you're not going to the gym, then it's just as, or, even worse than you choosing to go eat, junk food. So I think that's a beautiful way of putting it.
Yeah, it's definitely a different way to put it as well. Like, not a lot of people think about it like that. They just go on and they're like, hey, look, pictures. Why can't I do that as well?
Yeah. And I think I read, man, I'm not going to remember any of the numbers. Just the amount of access to information we have now, we can receive more negative information in a day than, people used to in a lifetime.
Oh, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah. I've also just put in like 2 pictures. So I've like my anime a little bit, so I've got some posters and slapped it on the wall. But I love motivational quotes as well, and I like surrounding myself with them. So I've just posted in the AMA chat couple of posters I have on my wall with just some little fun quotes on it. And yeah, it's just like having that around as well. I'm at my workstation, I look up, see things like that. I'm like, all right, let's go.
I love that. Some days you just have to create your own sunshine. Man, that's so true. It's so funny. Like, anime is one of those other things. Like, fitness is global, anime is global. Like, I couldn't, it was so funny. Like, as a kid growing up, nobody admitted they watched anime. Like, it wasn't supposed to be cool. And
Everyone watched
now
it.
you're like, now it's like you're not cool if you don't watch it. So, like, now I'm trying to, like, catch up on all these shows that I, like, stopped watching as a kid, like, when it wasn't cool.
Yeah, you can watch them with your kids as well. It's a good excuse.
Right, exactly. I've got, bro, like, I'm building Legos. I'm having all kinds of fun.
Taking back.
It's a great excuse for so many different things. All right, well, cool, man. So we're at half an hour. I think we had some gems out of this one. So is there anything you would like to finish with? And then I'll let you just kind of close us out saying bye. It looks like Buckle's still typing, so we'll see if he posts a question. But is there anything that you'd like to finish with?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thanks for having me. So it's nice to be able to get out and have a bit of a chat about the things that I know, because there's no point in me having the knowledge and not being able to put it out. Probably a little bit of an announcement. My work contract, I've been really waiting for my work contract to run out because I work so much on top of uni. So it runs out on the 16th. So that gives me time to take part in a little bit of a project that I want to take part in on the side, and get some content out as well on YouTube and whatnot. I've got a bio links thing that I can post in as well if you guys want. So
Absolutely.
that'll just take you out on my social medias. That's pretty much it for me. Other than that, stay safe, have fun, don't be scared to ask questions. There's no such thing as a silly question. So get out and have a good time with it.
Awesome, man. Hey, I appreciate your time so much. Very helpful. We're definitely going to push people to listen to this. Buckle said it was great, and even asked to post some stuff throughout more of the chat just so we can get people to see it, because I think we had some gems, and I think it was a lot of stuff that our average the majority of our people can benefit from. So thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. If you listened while we were live, and if you're listening to the recording, please jump into the Discord. Check for Wings. You can @ Wings, and then it'll tag them, or look for Wings chat. But please, jump in, ask any questions you have, so that we can hit those in future AMAs, and just keep staying awesome.